know you're somewhere.
Hi Taurus, welcome to my channel. My name is Kem. Today Taurus, you guys got Sandpiper Spirit, Be Playful, number 51. You also have the 4-leaf clover, 6-6, and then you have the mice. So I'm getting here that for a lot of you guys, there's something that you should be doing in terms of like your creativity, of being playful, of traveling, like enjoying your life. You should be out there, right? And for some of you, you're not, because the mice here kind of speak to me about something that's like, you know, it's like, it's in the back of my mind. It's in the back of my mind. It's in the back of my mind. Like, what if this won't work out? And what if that won't work out? Or it's kind of like people who go to the beach and, you know, like when you're like, oh, there could be a shark in there, but like, what's the likely chance of that? And you go in the water and you just say, fuck it. Like, this is kind of the idea of like, the water's there, you're at the beach already, you said, okay, let's go to the beach, and then you get to the beach and you're like, no, I'm too afraid because like there could be a shark in there and I just don't even, like, you kind of make excuses, I feel, as to like why you're not going in the water, but you like plan this whole thing. You're like the one who said like, let's go to the beach, and then you get to the beach and you're like, no. So that's kind of, I feel like it's going on here. Taurus, just a little bit of like fear, but it's at an intensity where it's inhibiting you from like enjoying yourself. So let's work on this. Let's see what this is, Taurus. And honestly, is it a little bit irrational, Taurus? Because like, what's the I think the likelihood of like getting bit by a shark is, I don't know the odds of it, but I think it's not very high. So I feel like it kind of could be a little bit irrational, but let's pull a little bit more, Taurus. So Taurus, I feel like this could have to do with family, just because I have the Father and the Crone. So it could be like a grandmother or a mother and a father, or two. Like I kind of feel like it could be a father, or this could be somebody you're dealing with that's in Aries. I think you're waiting for like, for some of you, you're waiting for some sort of karma or some sort of justice or something to be balanced out. But I kind of don't feel like that's going to happen, Taurus, in this scenario. Like, I just get here with the scales, like, you're waiting for something. Like, I feel like you're waiting for temperance. You're waiting for, like, the archangel to come in and kind of reboot everything. And I don't think that's going to happen here, Taurus. I don't. Not because, like, you don't deserve justice, and not because karmically you're not like you're deserving something, but like, you know how the universe has its plans and we have our own plans. I don't think they correlate. Like, you want something maybe very specific to happen with somebody, and I get like you need to kind of scratch that out, like scratch that out completely. I don't think that, again, it's like, I don't know, it's like you're planning for the beach. Again, you're planning for the beach. You're planning for something. You're like, you want something very specific to happen. But like, just how like you're not going in the water at the beach when you get there. It's like this, I don't think this is meant to work out the way that you want it to work out. Like, there is justice coming for you, but it's not something that you can see. It's not something that you necessarily have planned. So it's, again, it's like, well, karmically, I deserve this, 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 and that. But it's like the universe has other plans for you. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like what you're expecting isn't necessarily exactly what's going to happen here. And I feel like some of you guys are starting to realize that. Like, I think here with the 6 of Cups in reverse and the 9 of Wands in reverse here, I think that whatever you were planning with this particular person, perhaps, guys, I feel like there's 3 people here. So it's like whatever you wanted with this person, I don't think it's going to work out that way. And I think that might make you feel like the universe isn't necessarily working for you, but I don't think that's it. I think that the universe just has something different planned for you. Let's pull a little bit more on this, Taurus. Yeah, you see, like, I feel like I think it's like your shadow. I feel like the Crone is your shadow and this is you. I feel like this is like exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you have in your mind an expectation of like maybe you starting new with somebody, maybe particularly in Aries, because we have the Emperor. I mean, we have the Father, which is the Emperor, which is Aries. We have King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. So, and then we have the Page of Wands, which is fire energy again. So it's like you want somebody to kind of probably see you for all that you are. And you're like, you know, I think that this is going to work out with this person because I think this person is capable of seeing me through my shadow. And I think we're capable of like starting over again. I believe in this person. Look at how much you believe in them. You see them as the King of Wands. But this person's coming up as a fucking page, guys. And the Emperor in reverse with Judgment in reverse. So I think honestly, you think of this person way too, like you're like exceeding this person. You want them to you want them to exceed expectations. Like you want them to be like everything that you thought of and more perhaps. And you're giving this person like way too much credit, because I feel like the lucky time is already here. New shit and new people are coming in for you. But because you're like kind of waiting for this other person here to communicate with you, you're like holding back on your own blessings. And that's why you're sitting in a lack of abundance, because you're like expecting maybe this person to be this King of Wands. But I don't think this person is that King of Wands. I think this person is a Page of Wands. And a Page of Wands is literally like a fucking child. Like, let's be real. When it comes to love, you cannot be in a romantic relationship with a Page of Wands. Like, what is this person gonna possibly do for you guys? That's the thing. Like, you have this person. I'm thinking of an Ariana Grande song. It's like all in your head. Like this person is all in your head. Like you think that this person is a King of Wands. You see them as a King of Wands. You see them as capable of like changing and doing all the shit for you and starting new in your love. And they've seen your shadow and you're like, oh my God, this person can do it. I believe in them. No, I don't think so. This person's a page. With Judgment in reverse, I don't even think they're capable of like seeing your shadow and like seeing you for all the parts that you are and accepting it and loving it. No, like I feel like this is someone who sees something bad and they'll like never get over it. You know what I mean? And I've had Aquarius and Aries reads like that, where there's this masculine energy who cannot get over something. So if you're dealing with an Aquarius or an Aries, or you don't know their chart, you're probably dealing with an Aries or Aquarius, or they have Aries and Aquarius or fire in their chart. I'm telling you right now, like I just don't feel like this person's capable of forgiveness. And like, you know, when it's reminding me of this show that I was watching, Working Moms. So in the show, the guy, this is like a husband and a wife, right? And the husband starts cheating on the wife, right? But why? I mean, it's never right to cheat, but why was he cheating? Like, where was it coming from? And I feel like the feminine, the wife, she decides to forgive him because I feel like she understands that it was like in part her fault. Like it was in part, she was never around, she was always working. And again, still not an excuse for someone to cheat on another person again. But this person recognized that like they were not there for their partner. So that the fact that their partner went somewhere else, again, it's not their fault, but at the same time, they can understand why this all took place, right? And it takes a very big person to understand like the role that you play in a relationship. So that's what I'm getting. It's like this person, they can't see where they lie in this whole situation. All they can see is like, if they got a glimpse of your shadow, I feel like they can't start new with you. They're just like, no, I can't do it. See, 6 of Cups in reverse with the 9 of Wands. You're like hoping and expecting this person to be so much, and I just don't get that they're any of those things. Like they're not capable. I don't think they're going to exceed your expectations. I think they're actually, again, I feel like they're a page. And what is a page? A child. Someone who's immature, someone who's just like, I'd rather start new. I don't see all that we have here. I don't see like all this beauty that you speak of. All I see is this one thing that you did back then and you're done, and that's it, and end of story, done. Judgment in reverse. I'm not awakening. I'm not going to like I'm so sorry guys, but I just don't see this person being able to integrate you as a person. Let's just say like anything, like I just feel like they're not this King of Wands that you think that they are. They're not who you think they are, like at all. And you have such high hopes for this person, and the reality is like they're not going to be that. I'm sorry to break it to you, like they're not. I'm so sorry. Like I don't think they're mature enough. Coming up as a page. You might be messaging this person thinking that they're like you think that this person is the Emperor. Like you see them as something that's so high, and you think that the journey that you two have had can lead to substance and can lead to great fortune. This is all your perspective. Like you feel like if you can keep communicating with this person and you stay with this person, exactly, you stay with this person, that they will sit in the seat of an emperor and they will journey to you, and that you guys will have like this happily ever after. And I'm getting like that's not what's gonna happen here. with abundance in reverse, I don't think this person's capable of what you think they are. Like, in your mind, they are such a strong and beautiful person, but like in the reality, they could be strong and beautiful, but they're not at that level that you think that they are. Like, the expectations you have for them are too high. I hate to say it, but that's just the reality here. Yeah. I see you wanting things to not end. I see you wanting to work out things with this person. This person's incapable, guys. I think you think that they are, but they're not. Judgment in reverse is like, I don't think this person can see all that you see. I don't think this person, let's just say you've integrated your shadow. This person has not. Let's say you know what your shadow is and you work on it all the time. This person doesn't know what their shadow is. Like, again, they're a page. What is a page, guys? They don't know what the shadow is. They don't do shadow work. This isn't someone who's integrated. This isn't somebody who, you know, this person's not on your level. Like, they're just not. They're just not. I feel like with the crone, that was you working on your shadow. And that's you hoping that someone who saw you for all that you are, the good and the bad, could see you and see you for all the good and all the bad. And even though like they saw your shadow, they still like want to be a part of your life. And I'm getting that this person's gonna run away. I'm sorry, like they're just gonna run away. And it's like sad because you saw them capable of seeing so much, because you see so much in them, so you thought that they saw all that in you, and they don't. Like, they don't. And that's not because you're not all these things. It's because their capacity is low. Like, they can't see all the things that you see. Their capacity to see is so low. Again, this isn't someone who's awakened. Judgment in reverse with the Page of Wands is someone who just runs around and assumes that everything's gonna be fixed by them just kind of running away or starting new again. Like, isn't that such an old mentality? Like, when we fuck up in a relationship, instead of looking at like what we did wrong, we just run to a new one. I mean, it's like, it doesn't even matter if you've had 10 years with this person. This person's gonna be like, oh, it's so much easier to just run away, start new, see ya, bye. Like, guys, I'm so sorry that you guys are a true pair. King and Queen of Wands, Emperor and Empress. So yeah, you're a true pair twice. But exactly, Temperance in reverse, Fool in reverse. This person's not at your level, guys. And again, maybe you were soulmates in a past life and you two put a lot of work with one another in a past life, but in this lifetime, this person is too limited. This person has not reached the capacity that you have. This person is just not there yet. And as much as like you can see such a future with this person cannot see anything past themselves. They're still in a page energy. They still only think about themselves. They're, again, it's like low vibe. Like, so with Be Playful here, I feel like they're trying to say, like, get out of this mentality that this person is going to be around. Get out of the mentality that, you know, that like this person's going to do anything for you and start new again yourself. You know what I mean? Like you can have abundance in your life. You're the one doing all the work, Taurus. You know what I'm saying? And even though you and this person are true pair to one another and you guys are soulmates, and again, maybe your job is to wake them up and leave them. so that like you're not waking them up, but you by you leaving them, maybe you will wake them up. But again, I don't see this person at your capacity at all. I feel like you don't know this person as much as you think you do, in the terms of like you see them at 100 and they're like a 10. You know what I'm saying? So I feel bad because love is blind, but it just is what it is, Taurus. Let's pull you some advice. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? You're being protected from this person, and sacred plan is down here. So again, as much as you try to force things with this person, they are a fucking page. And I think they have the capacity to be a King of Wands and the capacity to be an Emperor. But they are not sitting in that energy. They are sitting in a Page of Wands. My best advice to you, Taurus, would be to leave this person. And maybe they will awaken. Maybe that is a part of the plan. But I would not wait for this person. They're telling you to be playful. You're in a lucky era. You're in a lucky time. If you feel any lack of abundance, it's because you're waiting around for this person. This person needs to wake up. And maybe they are a part of your plan. Maybe they're not. Who's to say? But I think the plan and the contract that you have with this person is for you to leave them behind so that they can wake up. Because I don't think they'll wake up if you keep sticking around. So they're still running around as a page. They're a very selfish person. They only think about themselves. They're not awakened. They're not enlightened. Do you know what I'm saying? They can't look past a mistake and an error. They can't look at your shadow and see all the beauty in your shadow, because they don't even know what their shadow is. They don't even know what a shadow is. So imagine like being so, like, again, I'm telling you, they're doing things an old way. Remember when there was like a huge shift 2 years ago and everyone was like, you're either falling on the left side or the right side. You're either awakened or you're not. And if you're not awakened by this time, you're kind of stuck in the unawakened pile. This person's not awakened. Like, they're not awoke. They don't understand shadow work. They don't understand like working on themselves. They are a selfish person still. They only think about themselves. They run around like, you know, what's best for me, what's best for me, what's best for me. I'm only thinking about me, 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 me. They don't see the depth of your connection because they are incapable of seeing it because they're not awake yet. So I think the contract between the two of you is for you to leave this person behind in the hopes that maybe they'll wake up one day. But at this period in time, you're being protected from them. You're not supposed to be around them because this person is still running around in an old paradigm that doesn't exist anymore for you. So it's like you're going back into a non-abundant time just so you can reach your hand out to help this person, and this person's stuck in this like low vibe energy, this old paradigm, and it's like you're reaching your hand out for them thinking that they can't even see your hand. Like they don't even have the view, the lens, the capacity to see your hand reaching out for them. They don't even see what you're doing for them. That's the thing. Like, they don't see any of these things, Taurus. And it's just sad because it's like, fuck, like, I see how much you care and love this person and want to share with this person. Six of Cups is soulmates, but I think the contract that you have with this person, and honestly, maybe they were supposed to be awake at this time. Maybe they're supposed to be with you at this time, but it didn't work out like that. Whatever this person did or didn't do, they're down here and you're up here. So it's like, stop going down here to get them, because again, they can only help themselves. And I feel like you're like, well, if I stick around, maybe they'll wake up. No, I think honestly, if you leave, they might wake up, maybe. And that's a maybe. I honestly feel like they should have woken up by now. The fact that they haven't just proves to be like, sometimes things don't go the way that we want them to go. And again, with Sacred Plan, I honestly feel like, yeah, Sacred Plan with spiritual growth. I honestly think that they're supposed to be spiritually growing, but they haven't. And the plan here might be a little fucked up, but that's not your fault. That has nothing to do with you. What you're doing wrong right now is reaching out, and you keep going back to them and going back to them thinking that you can help them out, when in reality, they can only help themselves. And again, if you've awakened, you already know that. This is all work that has to be done on your part. So if this person's still here in a Page of Wands, they're done. They're done for. I'm sorry. They didn't make it on time, and you're on to another path. And unfortunately, your path goes up and their path stays where they are. And I don't think your paths are going to cross at all. So yeah, I'm so sorry, Taurus. I know this like sucks, but it just is what it is. Like, I can't lie. So I really hope that you guys follow what I'm saying and kind of leave this person behind. Like, leave them with light and love, but cut them off, because maybe that would help them awaken, honestly. Like, maybe. I kind of feel like they should have already, but like they haven't. Maybe that's because you've been around. I don't want to put the blame on you, though. I don't think this has anything to do with you. This has a lot to do with them and their own shit, and the fact that they have not awoke. Just like you have, they have not. So it's like, why are you responsible for awakening and they're not? That doesn't make any sense, right? It's like unfair. So I'm just getting here, Taurus. Time to move forward into the abundant period of time that you're in. See, like, you're here. You're here in the lucky time with the clover, and be playful. Like, you're in this like beautiful energy, and then you're going back down to help them. And then you go back into a time of not being abundant because you're reaching your hand out to them to save them, to help them, and they're not coming. I promise you, they're not now anyway. They're literally in a Page energy. Oh my god, I know it's like devastating, Taurus, but fuck, like, you don't deserve a Page. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't. So do what you have to do, Taurus. I love you. I hope this helps, and I'll see you next time. Bye.